Hey guys, how's it going? This is just some thoughts this evening as it pertains to standards. Okay, so like when I was younger, right? I didn't know why, but I had all these high standards. There was certain music I didn't want to listen to. There were certain things that I really did not want to eat. Just keeping it 100, okay. There were certain things that I knew I didn't want to even say. There are certain people I didn't want to find myself around, as far as engaging in the types of behavior that they engaged in. But there were certain words that I would not say, not just profanity, okay, but there were certain speech patterns, okay, that I was dedicated to following, and somewhere along the line, I kind of lost those standards. Somewhere along the lines, I lowered those standards, and it got to a point where it's kind of like anything goes, right? And while that's not where I am in my life, I know that I can always do better. And so I'm making this video just as a shout out to those people, number one, who are maintaining the standard. God bless y'all, man, for real. Kudos really. And I'm not just talking about like deeply spiritual standards of holiness. I'm talking about just personal standards, and sometimes it's like God can really place standards in us that have nothing to do with salvation, but everything to do with where He's trying to take us. I'll give you an example, okay, in my own personal life, right? So, talking to people, okay? I have the gift of gab, okay. Words are what God has gifted me with to reach people, okay. Just in general, I'm good at talking, okay, and I'm a deep thinker. I'm a deep thinker, and so those two things are really how I know that I'm going to be most productive in life. Period. Right. And so keep in mind, I said my mind and my mouth. It's crazy how sometimes the two things, or whatever areas in our lives that God wants to use the most, are the ones that can become the most perverted and jacked up. Okay, for instance, when I was younger, there's certain things I wouldn't listen to. There's certain things I wouldn't watch on television. There were just certain things that I would not let into my ear gate. There are certain things I would not let into my eye gate. There's some things I wouldn't watch, even if my parents said it was okay. And I'm not talking like nothing like sinful or whatever. There's some things that I just would not expose myself to. And I got older and I said, I ain't that deep, Sabrina. You're right. Everybody who's been telling you that you're too deep, they right. Go ahead and expose yourself to that thing. Expose myself to it. Boom, got ate up. I'm talking about got rocked, honey. Sin slipped in. And before I knew it, I was like, God, what am I doing? What am I thinking? Doubt, fear, lust, all those things crept into my mind because I wasn't guarding my gates. Even when it comes down to speech patterns, you literally are a product of your environment if you're not careful, if you don't guard yourself. And so even with my speech, I went from being someone who would never utter a word of profanity to someone who would cuss in a heartbeat. And I was sitting there thinking like, what? And it's crazy how even back in high school, I was in a situation where I was mad, y'all. I was livid. I was heated out there. I think it was my junior year of high school. I was heated. I was livid. No, it was my senior year. First semester of my senior year. And I was heated, y'all. I'm talking about just mad. And I went to cussing. I'm talking about yeah. And one of my friends, she kind of looked at me and she was like, "What are you doing? Like, you don't even sound right. Like, you can't even cuss right." And at the time, I was offended. I'm like, what? I'm mad. I'm in my feelings. Like, what? What you mean I don't cuss right? That's not who you are. It's just not. And I was like, dang, you're right, you know. And I'm not saying this to just speak to like spiritual standards. I'm saying this to speak about standards in general. Okay, where life is taking you, where you're supposed to get in your life, where you're supposed to go in life, what you're supposed to achieve in your life. Okay, you have to be mindful of that in everything that you do, because if you're gifted in an area, okay, it's easy to allow a gifted area to be perverted. Okay, it's easy to allow a gifted area to be used for evil, to be used for bad, if you're not careful how you utilize it. Okay, so guard your mind. Okay, I'm a deep thinker, so I'm a deep thinker. If I allow fear and all that to get in my head, then what I'm thinking is going to come out of my mouth. And words have creative power. And so I'm thinking on fear, I'm thinking on death, I'm thinking on sadness, tragedy, I'm thinking on lust, I'm thinking on anger and malice and unforgiveness. If this is what I'm thinking on, and then that's what I'm speaking on, and that's what my life is going to be composed of. I know I said a whole lot, but just really think about where you're trying to go in your life. Think about even whatever vision God is giving you, concerning, you know, what you're supposed to do. What are your gifted areas? Are you a musician? Are you a writer? Okay, are you a teacher? And then look at your life and look at how you're being a good steward over that skill set. And what you may find is that skill set has been perverted because you haven't guarded it and because you haven't utilized it effectively. That's all I'm saying. So wow, it's almost 7 minutes, so I'm gonna let you guys go. But I hope this video blessed somebody. And if it did, you know, give me some feedback. Y'all be watching videos, don't be commenting. I mean, can I get an inbox or something? Let me know. Let me know what you think of the videos. All right. So take care. Be easy. I love you guys, and enjoy the remainder of your week. Bye bye.